I somewhere had a fan moment for Kiara already since I watched Kabir Singh, and I've been receiving a lot of calls and messages from maybe also from my school friends and college friends that, oh, hey Tapan, now they've been calling me Tapan only. Even with Kartik, okay, I remember the first encounter with him. I told him, Kartik, I mean, hats off to how you have pulled in the industry, and the way you have made your mark in the industry is incredible, and I really look up to you.
Hello everyone, this is Sukarna. Welcome to ETimes TV. Today we have Arjun Aneja with us. You have seen him in Satyaprem Ki Katha. Congratulations, first of all, Arjun, for the massive success of the movie. How is it feeling?
Thank you so much, Sukarna. It feels amazing to be part of such a big film, which has already crossed 100 crores.
Yeah.
And it's a big association for me with Satyaprem Advani and Nama Pictures, and with such hit Jodi, which has been there in the industry. So it's a pleasure to have for me to be a part of that film.
Yeah. So tell us, how did the movie happen to you? First of all.
Okay, so I basically got a call from the casting team, for which I had actually auditioned for Ek Villain 2. There was a very important part which I had auditioned for, but that nearly went away to somebody else in the end. So I stayed in the data of the casting team. So they were like, we'll consider you for another role, maybe whichever suits your profile in the coming time. And probably this was supposed to happen for me. And then straight away got a call from them. They were like, we find you absolutely suitable for this role, and they told me that, are you up for playing Kiara's boyfriend in the film? I said, that is of no question to ask. So they sent me a brief of my character and gave me a narration and found out if I was free for the dates. And as soon as I agreed, I was on board. So yeah.
So how was the experience of working opposite the actress of the most talked about actress in Bollywood right now? How was the feel? Like how was the bond with her?
So I would say I somewhere had a fan moment for Kiara already since I watched Kabir Singh, and she had that elegance in her, that जो अदा है उनकी और जो खूबसूरती है, जो simplicity है, and her eyes. I was already very attracted towards her, and knowing that I was opposite her, maybe in a bad boy image, but playing her boyfriend was a very special part for me, and even from her side, she made it very comfortable for me. I mean, while I was on set, I remember I would interact with her, and not even for once she made me feel that, okay, I am getting into the journey of making it big in the industry while these guys are already there. So it was a fantastic experience. In fact, she was very friendly, very warm, and very open for conversations, and we would discuss scenes. So that was a brilliant experience actually in totality.
How was the first scene of working with her? Like, was there any breaking the ice moment, or were there any hesitations?
So basically, when I walked to the set, before that I was introduced to her by Sameer sir, because he was the captain of the ship, and he wanted me to be introduced to Kiara since I was playing her boyfriend, and there was a slight thing that, okay, we have a small moment. She kisses me on the forehead, and so there's always a need to break that little bit of awkwardness, and we happened to talk and interact, and we got very aligned and discussed this scene, and I think we were there, and we were very much there after that.
One scene that I saw recently is being talked about is the last you getting beaten up by Kartik Aaryan. That scene has gone viral. Yeah, what do you have to share from that moment?
Well, I think the beauty about that scene is that before the audience now like this scene, the audience on the set that time loved it even then. So every time I would perform and Kartik would perform, before that we would discuss, okay, this is what I will improvise. You know, Kartik would come to me कि ठीक है, action master ने एक समझा दिया ऐसे इस तरह से Arjun. So when I come to you, I'll charge you in a way, and you know, you dodge and everything. So we discussed our part as well. और हर बार जब हमने perform किया, like from the makeup team to the direction team to the fight masters, production guys, and the secondary cast, everybody would clap. Every single take, everybody clapped. मतलब हमने 6-7 take लिए होंगे और 6-7 बारी हर इंसान ने clap किया कि मतलब the chemistry me and Kartik held for that scene was incredible. मतलब Kartik and me, we had this moment like, I mean, इतना अच्छा आ रहा है कि मतलब हर बार ये लोग clap कर रहे हैं. But then indeed, I think that was the noise before the storm, because I'm glad that was the scene which got so viral and people loved it, because we had a great, my character as Tapan had a great built up that, you know, he's that bad a guy, that, you know, he deserved that beating, and that beating came up so well. And I'm glad, because वो कहते हैं ना कि बुराई का अंत होता है, तो I think that was this scene where we all engaged ourselves and made it so big. So I'm glad to be a part of that scene in particular.
And any off-screen, like behind the scenes moment you can share with us, like funny moments?
Funny moments. I would say one I remember that where Kiara was pulling my leg on set when Kiara and Sattu, like Katha and Sattu, they were shooting the entire night, और मेरा सीन लगने वाला था लेकिन वो postponed हो गया था. ये मेले का sequence ही था when I come and pick up Katha. So they had their part before me, and that took a lot of time. The lighting and everything took a lot of time, so they were continuously on set, and hats off to them. They worked really hard for the film and for their part that they have delivered. So meanwhile, I was resting in my vanity throughout, and एक बार मुझे बुलाया गया. Then they decided again to change the scene, and the lighting went off again, and then again I was sent to the vanity. और फिर मैं eventually आया for my scene, and it was about 3:30 when I walked to the set, and Katha looked at me and she's like, okay, someone's really rested well, huh? Tapan, you have taken the most of it for today. And I was like, okay, it's just coming from the direction team and how it happened. So we had that a bit of chemistry so that, you know, we could deliver when we are performing. And even with Kartik, okay, I remember the first encounter with him. I told him, Kartik, I mean, hats off to how you have pulled in the industry, and the way you have made your mark in the industry is incredible, and I really look up to you. And I remember him saying back to me, ki, bhai, I mean, whosoever works hard makes it big, and I've seen you are also working really well, and there are projects for you coming. I said yes. So that bond happened very quickly, you know. With Kartik also, we had a very bhai thing, even in the premiere when we were watching the film together. So yeah, I think I'll cherish that for the rest of my life.
So being a part of this big league film, what has been your takeaway?
First of all, when you are part of such big association, it gives you a lot of confidence that, you know, I'm in that league now. I've been performing with the achievers who are already there, who have already made it big. So when you're in that league, you dream big, even more bigger. So that gave me that courage and patience to wait for that another ball that I get, and I hit a 6, and you know, and make another mark in the industry. So like in this particular film, we definitely shot a lot, and वो होता ही है, जब film shoot करते हैं, ज़्यादा shoot करते हैं. There were bigger scenes which cropped down and came down to smaller scenes. Which as an artist I felt अगर थोड़ा और दिखता तो, or even the fans and my friends and family kept telling me that, you know, we wanted to see Tapan more. But eventually it's the maker's call, and I go by how they decide eventually. But in totality, it was a great experience, and I would say it gives me a lot of confidence and courage to take up bigger opportunities in the coming time. That's my takeaway.
Being a part of this big film and playing the bad guy, were there any hesitations के future में Bollywood में what if you get typecast? Was that
Hmm.
that thought in your mind ever?
Well, slightly did come to my mind, but I think अभी मैं ऐसा मानता हूँ कि थोड़ा सिस्टम जो है वो बदल गया. ऐसा नहीं कि I mean since he was in the negative, we have seen him in the negative, so we would like to cast him in the negative. And I think for my plus point, as I feel, is like when I perform negative, that's a great thing. But otherwise, I come across as a very positive person. So to cast me in a positive, as a heroic space, would also be very easy for the casting directors. So I'm glad that I've been able to play the negative part, which is more challenging for me because I'm on the contrary a different person altogether. तो अगर ये शेड मेरा निकल पा रहा है, कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर मुझे इस तरह से कास्ट कर पा रहे हैं, so I'm open to that. But I know at the same time, you know, if I'm showed as a positive guy, that's also easier for me and a win-win situation.
How has been life for you so far, like after this massive recognition, success of the movie? How has life been for you right now?
Again, I would say it feels amazing to be part of such a big association, and I've been receiving a lot of calls and messages from maybe also from my school friends and college friends that, oh, hey Tapan, now they've been calling me Tapan only. It's not Arjun anymore. So people call me, is it Tapan? I said, okay, I get it, I get the joke, but the random calls I've been getting, it's a great feeling altogether, and you know, then people get more curious about what's coming up next for you, and I'm glad there is another feature film which is in hold for me, which I've already shot and should be out soon. I'm part of Sport, which is a T-series film, and they've already shot and now it should be out anytime soon. And I also from the work front, I've also been receiving a lot of work calls, which definitely will convert into good projects very soon. So in totality, it's a boom.
Well, thank you, Arjun, so much for joining us, and congratulations on the success of the film and your upcoming projects as well. Hope to talk soon on
Definitely.
projects as well. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.